Well, from Washington, I'm joined by Dr. Webster Griffin Tarpley, author and historian. Welcome to the programme, sir. Doctor, it seems that the war on Syria is being discussed more openly, as it was with Qatar, is literally speaking of waging an all-out war. Why not respect and give dialogue a chance?
Well, of course, you're dealing with a planned destabilization. The plan is to destroy Syria. This proposal comes from the Thani family, the rulers of Qatar. They are, of course, an oppressive dynasty of absolute monarchs. It's an emirate, after all. If any place in the Middle East needs a revolution, it's Qatar. And, of course, what he's proposing is that other people will go and get killed because Qatar does not have any forces that could carry this out. And when he says Arab, this is also somewhat puzzling because he's really talking about Turkey, I'm afraid, which would mean that it wouldn't be Arab. So this is a massive double talk and deception. I think he's responding to two things. First of all, Russia. Russia has been hanging tough. We just had the meeting of Brahimi, the UN mediator, with Bogdanov of the Russian Foreign Ministry and Burns of the U.S. State Department, and Russia did not cave. The U.S. was pressing to get the departure of Assad as a precondition to anything else, and that has been rejected. So the big push to try to break the will of Russia has failed, and that's a plus. Brahimi, of course, also condemned by Syria as being flagrantly biased. That would be useful if Russia would come out and say that Brahimi is flagrantly biased. Now, on the ground, though, what you're hearing about here is that the rebels have taken the Tanaz military airport in the north. The terrorists, al-Nusra, al-Qaeda, the al-Qaeda army has seized this military airport. But less attention is going to a more important engagement that I can see, which is that the Syrian Arab army has retaken Daraya, which is the key to a larger and more important military base in the outskirts of Damascus, which is very close to the government ministries and the presidential palace. So if it's an exchange of military bases, the Syrian army has definitely won this. And we're also getting reports that there was a large concentration of mass al-Nusra terrorists in Daraya, and that they may have fared very poorly in the last phase of the engagement. That also raises the question, how long can these terrorists go on? That is, they're drawing on a finite pool. The attrition rates among the terrorists are very high. We're told that Tunisians are now being brought in massively, but at a certain point, they're going to run out of terrorists, and at that point, the rebellion may be in big trouble.
Of course, you spoke of Turkey as well. I mean, just how has Turkey summed up the costs and benefits of its involvement in this scenario?
Well, they're far beyond any rational calculation. I've tried to stress it. It all started with Obama on the phone whispering sweet nothings into the ear of Erdogan, and now Erdogan has bet his entire prestige, and I'm afraid Foreign Minister Davutoglu also. So they've made this commitment, and they feel that if they can't go all the way, that will be a fatal blow to their political prospects, which it may well be. As we're finding here in the United States with Afghanistan, getting out of these engagements is the hardest part, and that is when the danger to the country that's been attacking is the greatest. So Erdogan is learning that painful lesson. But nevertheless, sane forces in Turkey should say, stop this now. This is bad for Turkey.
Indeed. Dr. Webster Griffin Tarpley, author and historian from Washington. Thanks for your thoughts there, sir.